How's it going, everyone? We are coming up on the month of June, and I want to take a look at some of the games that are dropping in June, and the games that I would recommend you to buy right on release, and the other ones that I think you would be better off waiting on a sale for. Not a ton of titles in June, not covering everything in this video, but I do have 4 titles that I think, if they're relevant to you, you should buy them right off the top. Like, there's really no debate with them, at least for the majority of them. One of them I can certainly see there being a bit of a debate, but we'll talk about it. And also, we have 4 titles that I think you'll be better off waiting on a sale for. So right off the top, I do want to mention the 2 expansions to live service titles. If these games are relevant to you, as in if you play them regularly, you're probably best off buying these right away. First of all, obviously, we have Destiny 2: The Final Shape. This is a literal culmination of damn near a decade's worth of Destiny. If you are into Destiny 2, you are buying this. Now, I'm not a big Destiny 2 guy these days. I actually did jump back into it recently because my boy is down bad for Destiny 2, and he's super excited for it, and you know what? More power to you. I got people telling me that Destiny 2 Final Shape, they're super excited for, and other people being like, this is the last hurrah, I'm done with Destiny after this, until Destiny 3, of course, because you know they'll come crawling back, but nonetheless, it does seem like Bungie is doing a lot of what the fan base wants with Destiny 2: The Final Shape, and again, being that this is the culmination of not a decade, like 7 years worth of Destiny 2, I think it would be very, very unfortunate if you were to miss out on it. And certainly, you're going to have this come out on June 4th, then you're going to have 3 subsequent episodes following that. The first a week after the Final Shape, then in October, then in February. So there will be a nice, healthy stream of content coming to Destiny 2 post-fall Final Shape. Then the other title that I think will be a buy right away, Elder Scrolls Online Gold Road, the latest expansion to the Elder Scrolls Online. If you're into ESO, which has made quite the turnaround since its initial launch, Gold Road is probably something you are going to pick up right away. A forgotten Daedric prince has returned, bring chaos to Westweld, explore a new zone, and defend the city, now beset by a dangerous Daedric cult and the jungles of Valenwood. Customize your skills like never before with the new scribing system, so that's going to be coming with the Gold Road on June the 3rd. So those are the 2 expansions for live service games that I think, again, if you're into those games, you're going to buy it right away. Speaking of expansions, I don't gotta sell you guys on this one. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree. Oh, absolutely, this is going to be a buy on day 1. Look, From Software stuff just holds up in price forever, so there's no point in really waiting on a sale. You'll be waiting probably for a while. If you've never played Elden Ring, you can get the Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree edition, but that's $80. That'll get you the base game and Shadow of the Erdtree. Essentially, they're valuing the base game still at $40 2+ years after this game initially came out. That's just the reality with From Software titles. They hold up in price very well. And you know what? With Shadow of the Erdtree, breath of fresh air, and not every publisher and studio can get away with this, but when you've built up the fandom that From Software has, when you have as much goodwill as From Software has, and when Elden Ring was a masterclass in game design by the account of many people, you can get away with barely telling the consumer about anything about the expansion that's coming, and people will just believe your every word. That is why it benefits to have goodwill. Now, obviously, it wouldn't cost From Software that much to do a promotional push for this game, but the promotion that they are doing for this expansion, I feel like is so effective, since the shroud of mystery, that air of mystery, is honestly enhancing the interest level that people have for this expansion. I just think it's masterfully done, and who knows, maybe there will be a little bit more clarity as we get closer to the release, since this is a expansion that's coming out late in June 20th, but I don't even think you need it. You drop this on June 20th with just the information we have right now, you know people are gonna buy it. You know it's gonna be a sizable experience given that it's $40. You're gonna get a lot of content, and this is gonna keep you busy for a while. And again, most of you guys think very highly about Elden Ring, and if you want more From Software content, obviously Shadow of the Erdtree is gonna give you exactly that. So no-brainer there, obvious buy. Next up, and this one might be a little bit controversial, but I'm gonna throw it in there, Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance. This is the definitive version of SMT5. Now it'll be coming to all major platforms and with more content. I'm not a big fan of Atlus and Sega. Their tomfoolery when it comes to this nonsense. You know, they did the same kind of nonsense with Persona 3 Reload. $70 game only to get an expansion pass now with SMT5. I would imagine they're gonna do it with Metaphor as well. It's just the way Atlas does things these days, but the game notes: become a mighty demigod and battle through a decimated Tokyo in a war between angels and demons. Make new allies along your journey, engage in intense turn-based combat, recruit hundreds of demons, and forge your own path to dictate the fate of all existence. The game was received incredibly well on Nintendo Switch, and now you've got more content and more to dive into. You've got Canon of Vengeance, a dramatic tale of revenge by the fallen centered around new characters, and an enigmatic cohort of demons who plot their own dark designs apart from the war, those who fight to maintain order and those who seek to defy it. And then Canon of Creation, an eternal conflict between angels and demon in which the protagonist fights for the world's fate. You do have a digital deluxe edition dropping right off the rip, but nothing too crazy with that. I'm gonna say it's a buy. As a big JRPG guy, you know, obviously it's gonna be a buy for me, but your opinion may differ, and this is one I do think people are gonna be divisive on. And it's not like Atlas titles hold up in price for that long. Persona 3 Reload is getting heavily discounted. Unicorn Overlord already getting heavily discounted. This isn't from the standpoint of, oh, I think this game is gonna hold up in price for a while. I just think this game is gonna give you a quality level of content for your dollar, and I think it's gonna be worth $60. But again, this is the one that I could see people going back and forth. So those are the 4 titles that I would say are buy, really, with Destiny 2 The Final Shape and ESO Gold Road. It comes down to whether or not you are regularly playing those games. And even Elden Ring. I know some of you guys aren't super into From Software titles, but let's be real. Most of you guys are. Wait for a sale. We'll run through these real quick. We got Mushoku Tensei, Jobless, Reincarnation, Quest for Memories. I am scarred as far as anime games go because I played Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash earlier this year, and that game may have been the biggest abomination I've ever played in my life as far as an anime game goes. It's probably a little bit of a stretch. There have been some really terrible anime games. Jobless is one of those anime that is pretty popular these days, and I do see people being interested in it. It's just $60, probably not your best bet. And then you do also have SPYxANYA Operation Memories. Now, this is being directly published by Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco, the publishers of Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash, so I would be very, very skeptical in picking this one up. Again, it's just Bandai Namco at this point has shown they have a track record for dropping these games and kind of throwing them together. I gotta say that the game itself has a really, really charming art style, and hopefully it does turn out well, but I would just be a little skeptical as far as how that's gonna turn out. So bear that in mind. And then Still Wakes the Deep. I think if you are into horror games, I think this for sure should be on your radar. It's more of a psychological horror game and definitely should have some interest. We'll see how that one turns out. And then also Rusted Moss is a game that isn't getting a lot of attention, but I think looks to be a pretty cool Metroidvania that is coming out next month. Now, this dropped on PC quite a while ago. I want to say back in early 2023, and it's got a throwback art style, very positive reception on there, but with a year delayed of a release, and it's getting regularly discounted on PC. I would wait on a sale for this one, but pretty cool Metroidvania there that is going a little under the radar. But that is gonna do it for me. Again, the top 4 titles I think are buys without question, especially with Gold Road and Destiny 2 Final Shape. It's self-explanatory. SMT5 I think is gonna offer you a lot of content, and Elden Ring goes without saying on that. But that'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.